We are saved by grace, not by our own efforts. Salvation is a gift. And that gift is given to us when? It's first given to us at baptism, like we see in the Acts of the Apostles. The Ethiopian, this eunuch, who was, by the way, that word just means he had some pretty important role in the administration of the Ethiopian government. I think he was the finance chair. And so this was a big dog. And he was trying to figure out this Messiah thing. And he was perplexed by what the apostles were perplexed about when Jesus walked the earth. Just like the apostles were, and the other disciples, this eunuch was thinking that the Messiah had to be some great political figure. He's going to come and conquer. And so he was perplexed and stumped by the fact that Isaiah was talking about the Messiah being a suffering servant, being someone who's going to be crushed by his enemies. And Philip came along. He's like, yeah, I was stumped by that too. But let me explain what this really means. That the Messiah suffered because he brought death into a headlock into the netherworld, and he crushed it. The Word became flesh so he could take on a body that could die, that could lure death to him and bring him down into the mat, bring him down to the netherworld, and then by the divine power crush him. And he did, and he rose victorious over the grave. And now we get to share in the merits of his victory. And so that's what happened to the Ethiopian eunuch. He was baptized and he was saved. And what that means is that grace not just came upon him and covered him, or it wasn't like Jesus, God declared him to be righteous, he became righteous. Because that's salvation. Salvation isn't a legal declaration from God. Salvation is God infusing the life of grace into our hearts and changing us, transforming our hearts to fulfill exactly what the prophets Jeremiah and Ezekiel foretold, that God is going to take from us our stony hearts and giving us natural hearts and place his spirit within us so that we may live. That's salvation. And that happens at baptism.